ever feel that pull? That pressure from your friends to do something you know just isn't right. Let me tell you about a guy named Jake. He was a regular high school student, and one Friday night, his phone blew up. Jake, you gotta come to this party. Everyone's going to be there. There'll be drinks. It's gonna be insane. The messages kept coming, one after another, each one making it harder to say no. It felt like the whole school was going.
And then, that little voice of temptation started whispering in his ear. You know the one?
Come on, Jake. It's just one night. What's the big deal?
You don't want to be the only one who misses out.
Live a little. If you don't go, they'll think you're weird. They might even stop being your friends. That fear of missing out, that FOMO was so real. It felt like a physical weight on his chest. He could picture it all, the loud music, the laughter, everyone having a good time without him. The pressure was immense. He was terrified of being labeled, of being left out, of losing the friends he'd had for years. It felt like his entire social life was on the line, hanging on this one decision. In that moment of panic, scrolling through the endless party hype texts, a thought surfaced. It was a memory from Sunday school. A verse he'd heard a dozen times, but never truly felt until now. He remembered the story of Jesus, how he stood alone in the wilderness, facing temptation head-on. He remembered the verse about God so loving the world. If God's love was that big, surely it was big enough for him, right here, in this moment of confusion and fear. If Jesus could stand firm against so much more, maybe, just maybe, Jake could find the strength to stand firm against this. That thought was like a tiny spark in the darkness. It didn't solve everything, but it gave him a thread of hope to cling to. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and did the only thing that felt right. He pulled out his phone, but instead of texting his friends back, he sent a different kind of messagey prayer. He just texted it out, like talking to a friend. Lord, I'm really struggling here. I don't know what to do. Please, help me find the strength to do the right thing. Help me to stand firm and not give in. Please, just be with me right now. As he hit send, a strange sense of calm washed over him.
The fear didn't vanish completely, but something else grew stronger in its place. Courage.
It was a quiet confidence, a feeling that he wasn't alone in this decision after all. He knew what he had to do. With that newfound strength, he replied to his friend's group chat. Hey guys, thanks for the invite, but I'm gonna sit this one out tonight. Hope you have a good time. His fingers trembled a little, but his heart was steady. Then, he had another idea. He sent out a new message to a few other friends from his youth group. Hey, anyone up for a game night at my place? Pizza and board games on me. He wasn't sure if anyone would come. Maybe it was too last minute, but to his surprise, the replies started rolling in. I'm in, on my way. Sounds way better than a loud party. Before he knew it, his living room was filled with laughter. Not the chaotic, loud kind he imagined at the other party, but genuine, joyful laughter.
They played games, they ate way too much pizza, and then something amazing happened.
The conversation shifted.
They started talking about real stuff: school stress, family issues, their hopes for the future. It wasn't planned. It just flowed naturally.
There were no masks, no pretending to be someone they weren't. It was just a group of friends being real with each other, sharing from the heart.
It was a kind of fun that was deeper, more meaningful than anything he could have found at that other party. In the middle of one of these deep conversations, one of his friends, someone who was usually the life of the party, opened up about some personal struggles he was facing. He admitted he was feeling lost and overwhelmed. The room went quiet. And then, without anyone saying a word, they all just kind of moved closer. Another friend suggested they pray for him. So right there, in the middle of the living room floor, surrounded by empty pizza boxers and board game pieces, they prayed together. It was a powerful, vulnerable moment. They weren't just friends hanging out anymore. They were a community, supporting each other. The bonds between them grew stronger that night than years of casual hangouts ever could have. Jake looked around at his friends and knew without a doubt, that he had made the right choice. This isn't just Jake's story. It's a promise for you, too. God loves you more than you can imagine, and his plan for you is always better than what the world offers. Sometimes, saying no to the wrong crowd feels like the hardest thing in the world. But when you have the courage to stand for what's right, God doesn't leave you empty-handed. He opens the door to something far greater: real friendships, genuine joy, and a peace that you can't find anywhere else. You don't have to face these pressures alone. There is so much hope and a much better plan waiting for you when you walk with him. Thanks for watching. If this story encouraged you, please like and subscribe for more. See you next time!